don't think he saw me. Amazing. That's how you get out of a race car. All that power from one little extension cable. That's just absolutely amazing, man. Hey y'all, Memphis Jones here this morning, literally 2 miles higher than my own front doorstep back in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm at the base of Pikes Peak here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, the home of the Broadmoor Pikes Peak International Hill Climb, brought to you by Gran Turismo. My friends, this is one of the most dangerous races ever devised by man and one of the most beautiful places ever seen by man. Somewhere up near the top of that mountain is one of the legends associated with this race, Mr. Lane Schranz. Let's go up there and find him, see what he can teach us about the race to the clouds. Even I can't believe I made it to you, man.
What's up, Memphis? Good
How
to
are
meet
you? Do you want some oxygen?
I'm good, I'm good.
I just got to ask you on the front end, why, bro? What makes a man want to come up here risking life and limb to race up this mountain?
Well, right now we're standing right above Timberline on a straightaway called Ragged Edge. And in my mind, who doesn't want to be in a super fast car on a killer road with no speed limit and no traffic?
Well, I can think of one.
It's a dream come true.
You're amazing. You're just one in a million. And you've been doing this all your life?
Pretty much. Been here since I was 9 months old. My dad started racing.
You know this
And,
road like the back of your hand.
I started memorizing this road before I was a teenager.
Tell us a little bit about the race to the clouds. Like, what do you know about this thing?
So it started in 1916 after Spencer Penrose built this amazing road. It's 12.42 miles long, 156 corners.
Wow.
Starts at 9,300 feet in elevation, and the finish line is at the summit at 14,115 feet in elevation. They thought it was going to be a one-off promotion, and it turned into the second oldest race in America, only behind the Indianapolis 500.
What's it like racing up this road during the race?
Well, really, to me, there's nothing more exhilarating than climbing a mountain like this. And my personal best is a 9-minute 40-second run. And so a straightaway like this is pretty rare, but this is extremely steep, about a 7% grade, maybe even higher at this point. And in practice a couple days ago, I was going 130 miles an hour at the end of this straightaway.
And at the end, just beyond the fog there, there's a turn to the
Hairpin turn.
left.
That's right, a hairpin
Why
turn.
not drive 100 miles an hour towards a hairpin turn 14,000 feet up, man?
That's perfect fun in my mind.
Hey, you want to know the difference between a regular car and a race car? It's probably this thing right here. Tell me about that, Lane. What is that?
That is the air intake, Memphis Jones.
Right on. I'm doing good.
You're doing great.
Man, what is happening right here? You did this.
So this is a small block Chevrolet. It's all aluminum. It's called an SB2 head configuration.
Okay.
So NASCAR would have run this several years ago.
Wow.
And 3 years ago, we added twin turbos. This is a purpose-built Pikes Peak Hill Climb chassis with a fiberglass mold of a NASCAR Chevy SS. So that's why on the outside it looks like a NASCAR car, but actually underneath it was purpose-built for Pikes Peak. The car makes about 1,150 horsepower at the rear wheels on a wheel dyno.
Can we look at the inside, like where you're going to sit to? I noticed while I was over here, this is very unusual. You got a very tight squeeze in there.
Yeah, it's a small compartment. Of course, the seat needs to be as tight as possible, fitted to me to be safe. We have a 6-point harness. The steering wheel is removable. That way you can get out of the car because it is such tight configuration. We have oxygen, which is for me. Anytime you get over 10,000 feet in elevation, you're going to lose reaction time and emotion, which are two very important parts of racing.
Can you start this? What is that?
That's the fuel pump.
Okay.
That's what gets the fuel to the engine.
All that power from one little extension cable. That's just absolutely amazing, man. No, just kidding. Thank you for that. You're used to that, but that was just kind of terrifying for just the pedestrian over here. That's very, very loud, very powerful. Can we have a little look around? Maybe meet your dad, stuff like that?
Absolutely.
You're the guy who started this. I mean, this is family legacy. This is family tradition, and this starts with you. How did you get into racing up a mountain?
Yeah, the first year I went up there was 1960, and I was probably 11, 12 years old, and I just loved it from that day on, and I'd made every hill climb or been in every hill climb since then, and raced 40 years, raced up in 72.
What did you race up the mountain?
71 Ford Bronco.
And he won.
And he won.
Yeah.
Of course he did. Of course he did. What's it like to bring your family along into this? What's your wife think about you running up and down a mountain?
Well, I think when I did it, it was bad enough. But then when Lane started racing, I still continued to race also. It was hard on us to keep both cars going.
Yeah.
But it was hard on the family to, worry about us, I'm sure, double.
Yeah, and it's generational. It's not just Dad and then me, but also my oldest daughter races as well.
Is that right?
Yep.
Well, let's
That one's right here.
get a family photo. Check this out. Amazing. See, this is what I'm talking about. The story. This is the DNA of your family, and for generations, this is going to be part of what people talk about. As y'all listen, I'm having such a great time, and I know you are too. Hang with me right here on Car Stories. Wow, here we are in the pits at the base of the mountain. All week before the race begins, drivers from all over the world show up to do qualifying rounds and to help themselves memorize the track. They'll run up and down it before the sun even comes up. Right before the race, they stage all of those competing cars here in the pits. Let's go check it out. Saw you squeezing into the car right there. Tell me about what it's like to be part of a crew for a racing crew.
Well, I started on the crew when I was 16 years old.
Wow.
So up here with Lane's dad.
Wow.
And we just, at that time, we'd do air pressure and just check tires. And then
Yes.
eventually just graduate to changing motors and transmissions.
Well, what kept you coming back year after year? Like, why 19 years?
Man, just a great friendship. So we all went to high school together. We grew up together. So
Awesome.
it was just a natural to be a part of the family.
Just friendship, all
Yes.
about it. Hey, people lined up all the way up the mountain. We're here at the starting line at Pikes Peak. Here comes Lane Schranz right now. Here's his car coming. Check it out. 100 miles an hour through the starting gate. It is so exciting to come up here and be a part of a 100-year-old race, the race to the clouds. But something that's more special to me is getting to know Lane, his mom and dad, his friends, the crew. Y'all, that race up there only takes 10 minutes. But we've been talking about 50 years of family tradition, history, relationships, and memories. And at the middle of it all, a car. Hey, it's been Lane's car story. What's yours?